Coming up next on this edition of In the City, one city department is enlisting help from citizens to prepare its plans and programs for the future. And we'll tell you what one Murfreesboro landmark is doing to maintain its beauty. Plus, the city's public transit system is implementing some changes that could affect you. But first, the city manager recaps major city accomplishments of 2014 and discusses what's in store for the coming year. All this and more coming up right now on this edition of In the City. Welcome to another edition of In the City, your source for what's happening right here in the city of Murfreesboro. I'm Callie Durham. Well, as one year ends, a new one begins, and City Manager Rob Lyons is taking us through some of Murfreesboro's accomplishments from 2014 with the city's year in review. 2014 has been an eventful and productive year, leaving the city with a lot to be proud of, according to City Manager Rob Lyons.
2014 was another great year for the city. The city's got four goals, and the first is public safety and safe neighborhoods. And once again, our public safety departments did a phenomenal job. Crime dropped by 2% this past year. That's a real credit to the hard work of the men and women of the Murfreesboro Police Department. The Murfreesboro Fire and Rescue Department expanded services this year. They began first responder, which allows us to do more to a patient that may need some help until the rescue squad gets there in the ambulance. So we're really pleased with the additional services provided by our firefighters. That was something they asked to do, and I love the initiative that they showed to want to do more and help our community. The second goal is strong economic and financial health. The city recently announced the landing of MTech as our corporate headquarters. So that's a big win for the community. That'll be 250 very high-paying jobs, so a great opportunity as we grow our economic base. It's not hard to drive around Murfreesboro and see new homes under construction, several new hotels, new retail, new multifamily. So we've really seen a broad spectrum of activity in terms of building permits and investment in our city. I think that speaks very well for the community. And our financial health remains strong. The city won its third consecutive award from the government finance officers for our budget. Once again, it's balanced and does not increase property taxes. And we got a clean audit, I believe, from the 17th straight year. So once again, the city's finances are in great shape. We like to engage our community. That's another one of our goals. And the city is very active right now on a comprehensive plan, and we're really working hard to get the public involved. So we've created a website. We've got a site called Mind Mixer at Murfreesboro 2035 that gives the community opportunity to tell us what they want to see in Murfreesboro in the next 20 years. We've also had workshops and community meetings on the comprehensive plan, had some listening sessions. So we're excited about the amount of participation. Our consultant has said that more people will get involved in Murfreesboro and the other communities they work in, and that makes us very proud. So we still have well over a year to go, so there's plenty more opportunities to get plugged into the city's comprehensive plan. And then lastly, customer service. That's something we strive for every day. Shannon Logan will be leaving us shortly, and we hate to lose Shannon, but her impact on customer service in the organization has been huge. Our employees have embraced it, and we really do want to provide great service when people need something from us.
And with Murfreesboro growing more all the time, it's really been a team effort among the departments to make sure that the city is continuing to run efficiently.
With the increase in population, it's really caused the whole team to have to do more, whether it's at the water plant or wastewater plant, meeting the additional demand. Our planning staff has been working some very long hours trying to get plans through the door. The same would go for our building and codes inspectors. So everybody seems to be busy, but enjoying their jobs and loving what they do. 2015 means it's time for a new capital improvement plan for Murfreesboro. City Manager Rob Lyons tells us what we can look forward to in the coming years.
City Manager Rob Lyons tells us that he's beginning to assemble the city's capital improvement plan. But you may be wondering, what exactly is a capital improvement plan?
A capital improvement plan is a document that ultimately will be adopted by the City Council. That's a 5-year plan for our major projects. The city pays cash for lots of things, but for our road projects or schools or other buildings that are going to have a long useful life, the city does need to borrow money to fund those. So we'll be going through trying to figure out what we need to do in the next 5 years. In large measure, a lot of that comes down to new road construction projects, but it's also things like fire stations and schools. So the city departments right now are working on their own departmental 5-year plan or CIP. I'll get those in early January, begin to look at what we have and what the priorities I've heard from the council to put a document together to give to City Council and let them review and make changes.
Rob will take each department's 5-year plan and combine them to make one capital improvement plan for the city. It will establish what Murfreesboro projects need to be tackled first and which ones can be put into plans for the future. And right now, Rob says one of the city's highest priorities is
continuing to work on the comprehensive plan is going to be huge. That's a 20-year blueprint for the city. I think that's really exciting. We're very interested to see what the community wants to hear, whether it be about economic development, our natural resources, our utilities, our roads, things like our parks and recreation system. So that really gives us a chance to look into the future and imagine what our city wants to be. I think that'll be really exciting. You know, interest in the gateway is picking up. The announcement of MTech there. We've got other folks looking to buy land in the gateway, and I think that is just going to bring more investment, more jobs, and more opportunity in Murfreesboro.
While growth leads to many more opportunities and improvements, it could also mean more obstacles and more to maintain within the city. But there is one vital ingredient that Rob credits as being the key to how Murfreesboro continues to achieve success.
You know, I think one of the things that has made Murfreesboro very successful have been the partnerships. We've got partnerships with Middle Tennessee State University, with Rutherford County, with our development community, with our downtown, and certainly our residents and our neighborhoods. So as we continue to build on those relationships, I think that really gives us the ingredients for success. You know, oftentimes you can look into the crystal ball and look down the road, but then the unexpected happens. It might be a weather event, it might be something that happens internationally, and you can't necessarily always see those. But if you've got good relationships and good partnerships, it's that teamwork that really helps us continue to make this a great place to live.
And a new capital improvement plan also calls for new 5-year strategic plans from each city department. But one department may be needing your help. Murfreesboro's Community Development Department is gearing up to assemble a strategic plan for the city that will span the next 5 years.
At the Community Development Department, we administer the Community Development Block Grant, which is federal funding that comes from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. We've been a CDBG entitlement city since 1984. Part of getting community development money is planning, because it's important, if we're going to use public money, that we use those resources wisely. Once every 5 years, we are required to do a strategic plan, and we are in the process of working on that plan now.
The plan will cover various community areas and issues that need aid and improvement in the coming years. And the Community Development Department wants to ensure that they're using grant monies that are allocated to the department in ways that will best serve the needs of the community.
We've always concentrated our efforts throughout the city because we think there are low-income people in every census tract in that city. But should we continue that policy, or should we change that policy? Should we be looking at targeting specific neighborhoods? If so, tell us which neighborhoods, and we'll take all of this input, put it together, and that's how we develop the strategic plan.
But in order for the plan to be fully successful, the department really needs your input to better establish the underserved needs of the community.
We want to make sure that we're using the funds in ways that the public thinks are wise. To do that, we will have 2 public hearings, one in the first week of March, one in the first week of April.
In addition to public input meetings, there will also be other ways that the public can be involved in the planning process by providing feedback and recommendations as to what needs to be the city's highest priorities.
Surveys are going to be made available in a number of ways. They'll show up on the city website. Also, we will be distributing them through agencies that we have dealings with. All of the nonprofits that we deal with now will get them. We also will have a fillable form. It doesn't show up on the website, but you could email us at the Community Development Department.
The city's website will also be a big tool for the public to learn more about the Community Development Department and the many projects and services that they provide, including the 5-year strategic plan and the planning process itself.
Our website at Community Development talks about our housing rehab program, our affordable housing, which is the down payment assistance for first-time home buyers. It talks about fair housing. It talks about homelessness. And it'll have these surveys, all the things that we do at Community Development.
And for more information about the Community Development Department or the upcoming 5-year strategic plan, you can contact Community Development Director John Callow at jcallow@murfreesborotn.gov or call 615-890-4660. With a growing city comes growing improvements and changes to public transit with Murfreesboro's Rover bus system. Murfreesboro's Rover bus system is planning on making some changes to their current routes and schedules. City officials recently debuted the altered routes and answered questions from citizens regarding the proposed changes in a public meeting held at City Hall.
The need for this change revolved around the growth of the city and the need to give our drivers some relief. The city is always growing, and we're always looking at ways to improve public transit. We can't always do everything that everybody wants, but we try to satisfy the majority of the ridership of the Rover.
Each of the city's 7 bus routes would operate on a 45-minute schedule under the proposed plans, as opposed to the current 30-minute and hour-long loops. The new route times will aid the city's loops by ensuring that buses arrive at their stops on time due to growing traffic congestion within the city.
It allows the bus more time to depart and make their run, and as long as they stay on schedule, it should more than be enough time for them to do what they need to do.
The proposed schedules would allow buses to stay on schedule, and for bus drivers who work 8 straight hours, the congested routes often keep them from taking any type of breaks during their shifts, so these changes will allow them to have a few moments to take a break between routes before starting again.
There are a few differences on some routes, but not on every route. And so we've actually put proposed maps on the buses, so people will know what route they usually ride and be able to tell where the changes are. Our major high point is that we want our buses to run on time, and we don't want people to miss their connections.
Having buses more likely to stay on their schedule and for all of them to be at the transit center at the same time so that riders can make their connections would simplify many commuters' efforts to get to where they're going by when they need to be there, which will be especially helpful for the many bus riders that use the transit for traveling to and from their jobs.
A lot of times people have certain times to be at their appointments, and it all depends on which bus they catch as to whether they'll make it in time. And a lot of times we have good intentions to get them there on time, but at times they do miss their appointments. The 45 minutes will allow them more time to make those doctor's appointments or job interviews that they may need to make.
And Rover's new changes will begin implementation in 2015.
We plan on starting the proposed routes or the proposed system by the 1st of January, and then the 1st is a holiday, Rover be closed, so they'll actually start the 2nd of January. But before we do that, we will look at everybody's comments and see if there's anything we have on the current proposed system that needs to be changed. And then we'll publish the final map for everybody to look at, and then we plan on starting our system, new system, the 2nd of January 2015.
If you're interested in voicing your concerns or recommendations or want to find out more information about Rover's route and schedule changes,
You can call me, Nellie Patton. I'm the Assistant Director of Transportation at 615-893-6441. I'll be happy to talk to you.
one historic Murfreesboro landmark is undergoing some changes to its appearance that will preserve the beauty of this popular destination.
Well, this is the initial phase of the tree work here out here at Oaklands. Some of the trees out here have been diagnosed with bacterial leaf scorch, which it's viral, so there's not a cure for it. So what we're trying to do now is, back behind us, we've been taking out a few of the trees that were heavily infected that could not be, the death be prolonged on it. They're all eventually going to die, but what we're trying to do is prolong it as long as we can with treatments so we can start succession planting so we don't have to take everything out all at once and have a bare slate. Some of these trees out here are really old. We try to baby them a little bit more just due to their age, try to keep them as healthy as long as we can. We've planted quite a few trees out here over the years. The tree line drive is kind of what, when people think of Oaklands, they think about that. And so we're trying to preserve those as long as we can. Luckily here we've got a pretty big open area on back sides of the drive so we can actually drop the trees. Generally, working around a road or in the right of way where we normally are, we don't have the luxury of having this big open area to drop trees. We have to piece them out. Sometimes we have to do traffic control measures, reroute traffic, whether it be shut a lane down, set up, have sometimes the police help us if it's a fairly heavy traffic area. But they make it look easy because they're good at what they do. They've got all the protective, what we call personal protective equipment, hard hats, ear protection, eye protection. Whoever's running the chainsaw has a leg protection. What they do is they actually go up in the tree and tie a rope up in it. They'll take the bucket, use the bucket truck to go up in the tree, tie a rope in it. Once they get the rope tied, they'll drag it, take the rope out where they want. They'll go ahead and cut their knots for the direction they want it to fall. And the rope is basically just a means of persuading that tree to make sure it falls the area and the direction you want it to. Tree work's not an easy job. Luckily, we've got really good equipment and really good employees. They're very skilled at what they do. They know how to use all the equipment. And a lot of it, the equipment benefits us because it actually relieves a little bit of the labor of it. It's still tree work. It's dangerous. You've got a very large tree, limb, whatever it might be at that point. You know what you want it to do, but sometimes inertia and Mother Nature have a different plan for it. The guys are really aware of their surroundings, traffic, whether it be pedestrian, vehicular, and what they're doing with that tree to keep everybody around them safe. So it is a very highly skilled position and a very dangerous one at that. We really don't know how long the project's going to take. The longer the project takes, that means our treatments and methods are working. So the longer it takes, the better for everybody involved. But we're only going to replant as needed, and as trees are taken out and those larger gaps are opened up, we'll come back and start planting.
One Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation facility is undergoing some much-needed renovations that will aid in making it a more safe and enjoyable environment.
Hello, I'm Bart Fight, Superintendent of Sportscom. If you've driven by our site lately, you can see a lot of work going on, a lot of construction crews, a lot of equipment is moving in. We're getting ready to have a major renovation here. Starts this year and will be completed in 2015. As you know, Sportscom was built in 1987. As you can see, I'm standing in the lobby of Sportscom. It is currently situated. We will have a front desk here in the middle of the lobby where everybody will check in once they come into the facility. We also will check in here to go upstairs, and behind us where our front desk is located right now, we will have an elevator to get our customers upstairs to the track and exercise area. As you see, that's our front offices right now. That will be moved out to the front lobby once the renovation is completed. And behind me now is the aerobic room where we hold classes throughout the day. But once we add the 2 exercise rooms upstairs, we'll be moving all our exercise classes upstairs into 2 big rooms, which will give our customers more room to exercise and work out. Now I'm standing in our current weight room here at Sportscom, but very soon we'll be moving our weight room downstairs to accommodate our customers as they come in off our parking area. This area here behind me now will be turned into 2 big exercise rooms that will have exercise classes all throughout the day and also on the weekends. We currently serve a lot of customers in our weight room, and it'll help them as they come in right off the street, and also will help our customers come up with our new elevator up here to exercise. So we're very excited about having this addition to Sportscom, and also our track will be renovated and also be resurfaced where it'll be more comfortable for our customers. Currently, I'm standing in the locker room off the gym here at Sportscom. We will be redoing all of our locker rooms here in the facility as soon as the renovation is completed. We're excited about this as we will have brand new lockers, tile flooring, tile walls. It should be very exciting and very pleasing to the eye. As you can see, our bathrooms need updating very badly, so we are going to be tiling them and adding new fixtures and redoing them also. We're very excited about doing this renovation here. As you can see, our gym floor is in good shape right now, but we will be redoing it completely during our renovation to be completed in 2015. We will be sanding it down to the subfloor and restriping, refinishing, and it should be very nice and very pleasing to the eye. We do have a lot of play here from our leagues and also from just general play, so we're really looking forward to redoing our gym floor. Currently, I'm staying out here at Burrow Beach, our outdoor swimming pool here at the Sportscom. We're expecting major renovation here as we will be redoing our concession stand and adding space to it also. Tommy Gregory and his staff has done an outstanding job of serving our customers a variety of foods, so we really need more space for all our equipment and all the stuff we will be serving. As you can see, this is our new addition that's going to be added to Sportscom. This will be our new weight room area, which will be moved from upstairs to downstairs for the convenience of our patrons. As they come in, check in the facility, they can walk right into the weight room, have all our facilities downstairs, and also have plenty of room to work out and exercise. We are planning to also have a new HVAC system, also have new energy efficient lighting, also have a new roof, and also other minor additions to our renovation here at the Sportscom. As superintendent of Sportscom, I know all our staff, all our customers, and everyone associated with our facility are very excited about this renovation. We will be open during our regular hours, but the schedule states that we will be closed in March and April of 2015 to finish our long-awaited renovation. So come join us and also enjoy the new renovation that will be completed in May of 2015.
In connection with the St. Clair Street Senior Center, one public service organization is making a big impact in the lives of the city's seniors.
Meals on Wheels is an organization that has been working out of the St. Clair Street Senior Center for many years. Director Debbie Willis explains what the program offers to the community.
We deliver a hot, nutritious lunchtime meal to seniors that are homebound, that are 60 years of age and older. In doing so, we help them with their independence and their health. We also give peace of mind to their family because they know that mom or dad or grandma is getting a nutritious meal and that somebody's checking on them. And I have awesome volunteers that go in, and if they've actually saved some lives if they go in and find somebody on the floor or if they just don't feel good, they'll let me know, and then I'll call the family. So our little slogan is that we're more than just a meal, so we try to be an all-around program like that.
With only 4 employees working out of this location, volunteers are essential for this program to exist. Debbie explains a typical day at the center.
We have a food company, it's called Bateman's Senior Meals. It's located up in Nashville. Bateman goes in the middle of the night and cooks the food for us, and then they bring it out to us in the morning to all the different sites. We get our food between 8 and 8:30. Carol comes in about 8:30 and starts the prep, puts our hot packs on that we put in the coolers to boil, gets everything ready. Everybody else is here by 9. We actually don't cook here, they cook for us, but what we have to do is repackage it. It comes to us in big steam table pans, and then we repackage it into kind of little TV dinner type trays. Then we have Debbie packs our cold side, which includes the dessert, the milk, the bread, any of that stuff. So when the volunteers come in, we try to have the coolers ready. I've got 15 routes that go all over Murfreesboro. We go out as far as Rockville, Walter Hill, wherever the need is, we try to go.
Because of money constraints with the program, some seniors have been put on a waiting list. A 6-page questionnaire is used to see which applicant is the neediest.
There's such a need for the program because folks are living longer these days, and so as the baby boomers get older, the need is just increasing. We do get federal money, which we took a terrible cut this year. I think a lot of the programs did. United Way is awesome to us. We get a lot of funding through United Way. A little bit of city, county money, basically anywhere. Anybody will give me money, I will take. Right now I have about 40 people on my wait list, and that's due to the money cut, the budget cuts, and I hate that because when somebody calls and they need the meal, they need it then. I have to put them on a wait list, and that's probably the hardest part of my job, putting somebody on a wait list. And so anybody out there that would love to support a senior, would like to buy a meal for a senior, that would be awesome. I'm located at the St. Clair Street Senior Center. My phone number is 895-1870. Email is mow.murfreesboro@mchra.com.
Now that the holiday season is over, you may be looking to make a New Year's resolution that involves getting fit and boasting a healthier lifestyle. If so, then one city department could have just what you're looking for. The Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation Department is offering up a 25% off special on all their individual, monthly, and yearly passes. But hurry in because this special is only good for the month of January. Passes can be purchased and used at either Sportscom or Patterson Park Community Center. In other news, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development is recognizing Murfreesboro for excellence in its consolidated planning programs, which goes to show that the hard work and dedication from the city's Community Development Department is paying off. And as assistant to the city manager, Shannon Logan leaves the city for another job opportunity. Building and Codes Department head Gary Whitaker will temporarily be pulling double duty as he also fills in as planning director until a new planning director is hired. Murfreesboro is proudly presenting its City Police Officers of the Year Awards. Officer Pam Gossley was selected as the Middle Tennessee Region Officer of the Year from the Governor's Highway Safety Office for her strong commitment to traffic enforcement. Officers Jason Higgins and Ricky Haley were also recognized by Mothers Against Drunk Driving for each successfully arresting and prosecuting over 100 driving under the influence cases in 2014. The Murfreesboro Fire and Rescue Department's annual Toys for Tots drive was another successful year, as numerous children in the community were able to get a toy for Christmas. And the Murfreesboro Police Department also showed its Christmas spirit by helping some children in the community get just what they wanted for Christmas this year through their annual Shop with a Cop event. Also, there will be a winter wagon hayride and marshmallow roast held at Cannonsburg Village on Saturday, January 24th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. There is a participation fee of $2.50, and for more information, you can contact Cannonsburg Village at 615-890-0355. Well, that's it for this edition of In the City. For more information about the City of Murfreesboro, you can visit our website at murfreesborotn.gov. And if you want to watch one of the stories that you've seen today or catch up on some of the latest city news, you can always visit the City of Murfreesboro's YouTube channel. Hoping you have a very happy new year. I'm Callie Durham. Until next time, we look forward to seeing you in the city.